So, welcome. Today, we're just going to focus on the space between down dog and warrior one. So, that could be a transition time, or it could just be a learning time. Transition into learning time, right? All right. So, wherever you may be, maybe you are on your mat right now, maybe you are outside, just find a space that works the best for you. And we are going to start from all fours to get to our down dog. So there's multiple ways to get there, but this is the first one that we're going to work with. So we are going to come to all fours. Take the hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Curl the toes. Lift the knees and the hips up to the sky. Nice job. So from here, I really like to recommend taking the feet about as wide as the mat and a good bend in the knees. Maybe even look back towards those knees to make sure everything feels good. If you feel comfortable, then maybe work towards bringing the feet more hip distance together. If you want to play around with space, maybe even allow those ankles and knees to connect and touch. But find the down dog that works best for you so that you can close the eyes and connect into the breath. Letting go of everything that possibly may be just spinning, showing up randomly, like a song that maybe you've heard before and you just keep playing over and over again. We're going to interrupt that song with the breath and notice the inhale and bring awareness to the exhale. From here, to move into down or to warrior one, we're going to lift the right or left foot, up towards the sky. And then go ahead and step your foot behind the left wrist or thumb. Your back heel will spin to come down to the mat. So if you have a clock, or if you can imagine an analog clock, so you've got the circle and you've got the numbers around the clock, your heel would be the center and the big toe would be about 1 or 2. You're going to take that left hip and you're going to kind of pull it back and bring the right hip more forward to frame the hips towards the front of the room. Engage the inner thighs. Inhale, either with the hands to the thigh or bringing the hands high to the sky. Soften the shoulders away from the ears, down the back. If you look down to the knee, you should at least be able to see that big toe. So for some, you might be really directly over top, that 90 degrees. If it is a lot on the thigh or the knee, lessen that angle. Exhaling the hands back down to the mat. Stepping the foot back to down dog. Feet towards the back of the mat, with that knowing that the heels do not have to touch. You might be working towards the heels touching, but maybe not quite there today, and that's okay. The next step that you can do is inhale the right foot high to the sky. Exhaling, stepping the foot behind the right wrist or thumb, back heel to the mat. So from here again, if there were a clock around that back foot, your big toe would be about 11 o'clock, maybe even 10. Frame the front foot. Inhale the hands high to the sky. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Bringing that awareness to the front knee for a moment and seeing if you could stack it over the ankle or maybe lessen. If it's coming really simple for you on this side, maybe notice the back foot and where the ball of the foot touches, the heel touches, the outside of the foot. Allowing that awareness to travel back towards the hips as they square to the front of the room. Exhaling the hands back down to the mat, stepping back to down dog. Closing the eyes, inhaling through the nose, exhaling from the mouth. Closing the mouth this time and just noticing the natural breath as it flows in and out. With these few moments of knowing that there's no other place to be. And then very gently, we are going to walk the feet up towards the front of the mat and slowly come to stand. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Now imagine that you are on your mat or you're outside and that you are in a place where you're just ready from wherever you might be standing to move into warrior one. So we're going to start from the front of the mat this time, bringing a little weight to the left foot. We're going to pick up the right, send it to the back of the mat, and bring the heel down. Keeping possibly the length between the legs a little bit shorter to make sure that you have the support and balance that you need. Maybe a little more bend in the knee. Again, making sure that those hips are square to where you may be standing and inhaling the hands high. So the great thing about a home yoga practice is it really, you do not need to have that image in your mind that you're going to look like some fancy yoga teacher or some Instagram star, yoga Facebook star, right? Influencer. Star is the wrong word. See, this is my age catching up with me. And very gently exhaling the hands back down. And we're going to step that back foot forward to make sure we have our balance. And slowly come back to stand. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling, noticing the feet. Exhaling, noticing the fingertips. This time, more weight into the right foot as you step the left foot back to a comfortable length. So if you have balance issues or maybe feet, back issues, keeping the length a little less exaggerated is going to help find that place of stability and focus on the mat. From here, again, kind of drawing that right hip back, left hip forward to square the hips. Inhaling your hands high to the sky. If it is too much for the shoulders, let me recommend cactus arms. So cactus arms. Or possibly having the arms straight out in front of you too, which can also help with balance. Inhale, always noticing the physical, right? There's nothing wrong. You feel good, bring the awareness to the breath. How does the breath feel, the heart feel? Can you soften the jaw and relax the eyes? Nice job. Inhaling. Exhaling, bringing the hands back down to the mat, stepping the back foot forward. Inhaling, slowly coming up to stand. Maybe hands high to the sky, really reach. Exhaling the hands to the heart. And from this space, I would say, namaste, shanti, and have a wonderful rest of your week. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If there is something that you are interested in working on, leave me a comment and we can work towards that.